Fossils are one of the keys to understanding geologic time, and we can look at them as relative to each other. Later we'll see that we can also think of them in terms of numerical age. There are some fossils in the geologic record that have a limited time range, and so when we find them in rocks, we know the general time that that rock was deposited. Fossils are found in sedimentary rocks. We'll talk about it in terms of deposition. Those special fossils that have a limited time range are called index fossils. Going back for a second, they also can tell us about the past depositional environments. So if you see like a marine fossil, those are going to be, oops, oh, there I am, sorry. If you see a marine fossil, then you know you have a rock that was deposited in an ocean basin. If you see something like a dinosaur or a dinosaur footprint, then you know that it's probably a terrestrial, maybe swampy environment. One fossil dying off and another one coming back into the geologic record evolving would be called faunal succession. So one follows another. So we know the general order of fossils. Paleontologists are still working out, the succession of lots of different organisms. So that's good. Scientists still have jobs. They're working it out. So we're still working out that timeline of faunal succession. But we know a lot of it. So we're just using it to help figure out relative ages. Here is a stratigraphic column. So one layer after another. There's a tiny little geologist here with their rock hammer and their field hat. And we, on the left side here, have the age ranges. So like these trilobites, they're not sure how far back they go, but they go into the bottom of this layer. And then you have these brachiopods that come in after the trilobite died and go 4 layers up to have these more like a gastropods. So the overlaps of these different fossils and finding them in these different layers help us work out that faunal succession one after another. Once we have it determined for one area, we can use that information when we go somewhere else. Say, oh, here's that same brachiopod. I'll look for trilobites below that and maybe the gastropods above that. Or maybe there's a gastropod that lived the same time as that brachiopod, like C and E do. So overlapping fossils help us figure out the stratigraphic geological time history.